Your silence is silently killing you. It's ruining you. And not just you right now. You in the past, and it will continue to kill you in the future. It kills you because you are closing off an important part of yourself every single time you choose silence instead of saying something. And this could be for anything, really. It could be for how you're feeling, what you're thinking. It could be for something that you have a problem with, or even something that you want to praise someone for. There's a lot of times when I have chosen silence. I chose silence over saying something. And why? Why would I do that? Most often than not, when someone does that, when you or I do that, it's because we don't want to rock the boat. We don't want to cause problems. We don't want to make things more difficult than they have to be. Or at least that's the excuse that we've been telling ourselves. That's the excuse I've been telling myself. I've been telling myself that I don't want things to change in the wrong direction, or I don't want to make someone upset. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to make it worse. And at the root of that, I'm afraid that someone will take away something that I cherish. It's a fear of loss. I'm afraid that I'm going to lose something. But what we fail to understand in those moments is what we actually lose from staying silent. Or did I say that right? We fail to understand what we lose by staying silent. I don't even know if that's what I said, but that's what I'm saying now. Because by staying silent, we lose something else. It's more of an opportunity cost than something that we are actually losing. Because say you're staying silent because you don't want to upset someone. What could they gain by you being honest and showing something to them that they don't know about? I've always loved the phrase, you don't know what you don't know, or people don't know what they don't know. The idea is that you can't even understand what you don't know. The people in your life are the same way about you. They don't know you if you haven't told them. They don't know something if you haven't said something. How would they know that you want to do something specific on your birthday if you've never said? How would they know that you are hurting inside if you never brought it up? How would they know that you find them attractive if you've never gone up to them and said something, or at least shown your interest, communicated in another way? I know that a majority of communication happens through body language, and it happens through tone, and it's not just about the words that we say. So many people choose no communication or silent communication instead of just being honest. I think we have the wrong question in mind. The one that I've always gone to is, should I say something? Right? Is it worth saying something? Should I tell them how I'm feeling? Should I tell them what's going on? Right? And that's the wrong question, because it leaves silence as an option. It leaves not saying something as a possibility. And by not saying something, you are closing off any future opportunities. Staying silent is a closed loop, right? It's just a line. There's an end point. Nothing happens if you don't say something, if you don't do something, if you don't communicate something. By saying something, you leave it open. You leave the future in the hands of something greater than you. Because as much as you may be afraid of how someone else will react, you also have no clue if they'll surprise you in a positive way. You don't know because you've never given them the chance. A question I want to switch to, because I found myself with the should I say something question for a very long time. I want to instead ask myself, how do I want to tell them? Remove the possibility of silence and say, okay, I'm going to tell them because they need to know. And sometimes, actually, I'll add a little caveat there. It's not just about they need to know. It's sometimes they need to know because I need to say something. There are those cases. And almost all of the time that you've chosen silence, it's because you didn't know how to tell them. It's not a matter of you 100% could have. You just didn't know how you wanted to tell them. So if you change the question to how do I want to tell them, you give yourself the chance to come up with a different way of talking, a different way of speaking, a different way of communicating that would give you the chance to get something off of your chest. You could say, okay, I need to tell them in private. I need to tell them when they are in a good mood. I need to tell them when they are calm. I need to tell them in public. I need to publicly shame them. Like whatever, right? Each case is going to be case by case. But the point is, it's not about not saying something. It's about saying the right thing in the right way. You feel called to say something for a reason. And if you keep it inside, it stacks. It stacks. Every single time you stay silent, you are hurting yourself because you're training yourself. I know you heard that motorcycle. I know you did. We just had to pause on it. You're training yourself, allowing yourself to bottle up your emotions and your thoughts, because that's what you're doing. You're bottling it up. You're not expressing it. You may express it to someone else, as in, if you have a problem with Johnny, you may go to Eric and explain it to him, everything you have a problem with Johnny about. But the problem then becomes Johnny doesn't change because Johnny doesn't know what's wrong. We've chosen so many different Erics in our lives as an outlet instead of a solution. That might make you feel better for a moment, but it doesn't solve what's wrong. Today, I found myself talking about a period in my life that I now realize still is a bit painful and emotionally charged. And I don't think about it often. I don't talk about it often. But when I did find myself talking about it, I found my voice getting shaky. And that surprised me. And it surprised me because I thought I was over it. I thought I was fine. I have been doing amazing. I am doing amazing, and I will continue doing amazing, feeling amazing. There's still this part of me that feels for the experiences that I went through as a kid. We all have our experiences of sadness. We all have our experiences of pain. And I've said it on here before, I choose not to relive those pains, because then that just creates suffering. That is suffering, choosing to relive the same pain over and over again. But I also can concede the fact that there is healing in not being quiet. There's healing in talking about it. Growing up, I grew up in a beautiful environment. But it was an environment that I didn't quite understand. I look back on it now with fondness, with appreciation, because I'm in a place where I could understand it. I lived a life where I was given a lot of gifts of self-awareness and experiences, not just my own, but the people around me, to see that there is more emotionally, more mentally, more physically. I'm now in a place that I could look back and understand everything that happened, at least to some degree. I'm also aware enough that I could acknowledge that the little boy that experienced those things was hurt. I'm not saying I have it the worst if we're playing the comparison game. There are people out there that have it worse than I do. But as a kid, that doesn't matter. Pain is pain. Suffering is suffering. Loneliness is loneliness. I realized I spent a majority of my childhood, I should say, genuinely believing that I wasn't loved. I know it's not true. I know it's because the people in my life showed me love in a different way, in a way that was different from my own. But it did convince me for a very long time that I had to be independent. I had to be independent to get the love that I wanted. I had to be strong and resourceful to get the love that I wanted. I couldn't share my emotions. I couldn't talk about what was going on. I couldn't be honest. I had to be silent. And so I was. I was very silent for a very long time. And the same thing happened to me before when I was talking about it, where I got emotional. Love you. And I love you. At times, maybe that's all I really wanted to hear. And it's this reaction that tells me that there's still more value to get out of my experiences from my past. I feel this way, I used to feel this way much more, because I thought silence was okay. I thought silence was what I had to do to hear the words, I love you. And I don't want anybody in my life to ever feel that way. Ever. Whether it's my family in the future, my family now, my friends now, even strangers. Every single person that I am close with, that I come into contact with, I want them to know that they don't have to be silent in order to be loved. I want them to say it. I want them to speak up about what's on their mind. And yeah, they're gonna mess up. You know what? You're gonna mess up too. You're gonna mess up with how you say something. You're gonna mess up with what you say. But then you're gonna get better. And people are gonna be grateful that you spoke up, that you said something. It could be something about them, it could be something about you. Say something. Because even saying anything will bring you closer together. And for some people, and you won't know who that is, that might be the thing that saves them. that connection, that love will be exactly what they needed. I'm very grateful, very, very grateful for my entire life, for the way that I grew up, the lifestyle that I had, because all of it together made me the person who I am today. I get to speak to you like this from a place of what I like to refer to as insight and wisdom, while also getting emotional because of the person that I am, because of the experiences that I've had. I never want to be this person that is rigid and so stuck in one way of thinking or being that people stay silent around me. I want to be open. I want to be flexible. I want to be able to be in my masculinity and then go into my femininity and then back into my masculinity. I want to touch on those emotions that are so natural to feel, and I want to express them and speak about them and share them. Sometimes I fear that I'm not doing this right, that I've messed up, that I've said the wrong thing. Sometimes I feel like I should be looking at other creators and copying what they're doing. But I know deep in my heart I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and this is just the start. People will come and go. Creators will come and go. They will start their journeys. They will end theirs. And I will be here. Eventually I will stop as well. But until then, I'm going to keep going. Until then, I'm going to fight for myself. Until then, I'm not going to stay silent. If I stay silent, how will anybody know what I want? How will anybody know that I'm looking for the love of my life? The relationship of my dreams? How will anybody know that I want to speak on stage? How will anybody know that I want to do seminars and webinars and I want to help people and I want to impact people? How will people know that I'm looking for you? How will you know if I don't say something? And this video has been emotional. It's been powerful for me. And chances are it's going to get swept away in the tidal wave of content that exists in the world. And that's okay. Because I will continue speaking my truth every single day until it happens. Because I'm going to work hard. I'm going to get there. And you may think it'll be just luck. And in part it will be. But in reality, it's going to be luck, timing, and a whole lot of hard work. So speak up. Speak up about what's on your mind. Whoever's bothering you, find the best way to tell them why. If they care, they'll change. Speak up about how you feel. We're not looking for your silence. We're looking for your voice, your light, the beauty that you have inside of you. I want to see it. I want to hear it. And even if you feel like silence is the answer for right now, just know that I still love you, and I will always love you. You don't have to stay silent forever. You don't have to stay silent forever. But for right now, maybe it's okay. Maybe. Or say something. I don't know. That one's up to you. Until next time, until you and I meet again, whether it's in another video, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on a website I may have one day, or maybe it's at a live event, whenever that may be. Until then, just remember to always fill up with the love. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you so, so much.